Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and it's that time again when we're taking a look at the top apps of September 2019. We've got an awesome wallpaper application, game, and also some other applications to look at, so let's take a look. However, before we do, this whole video is being done on the Xiaomi Mi A3 smartphone, and this is my current daily driver, and I'm using it at the moment instead of the OnePlus 6T to see exactly how good it is for a full review coming very soon. And the first application that we have is a great wallpaper application that allows you to create wallpapers from styled maps directly from Google Maps. Now there are also multiple styles as well in regards to what the map is going to be looking like. You can turn on or off your location, and you can also set it as a live wallpaper to basically follow wherever you are on a map, and that will then turn into your wallpaper. So if I turn it onto this really nice red and black style, as you can see here, the maps themselves, because they're from Google Maps, are extremely detailed. Now you can then also search for a specific location, so if I type in Cardiff in Wales in the United Kingdom for example, it's going to take you straight there, much like it would with Google Maps. It's then going to allow you to move around the map, zoom in or out, and also rotate it as well, so you can get that perfect setting for your wallpaper. If you also head into the style options, you can then also change it to add labels. They can look a little bit buggy with some of them being black and white, and it does also depend on the style of the wallpaper that you're going to be using, but if that's something you want to have on there, then you can do, but for me, it looks a little bit busy. You can then go through with the middle button at the bottom here to actually capture and set your wallpaper. Now once the wallpaper itself has been captured, as you can see here, you've got some settings to the left hand side to apply it to the lock screen, home screen, or you can choose both if you want to. For me, I'm just going to put it on the home screen, as you can see here, and then all you need to do is click on the tick at the bottom, or you can also save it as well to your gallery. When I then go back to my home screen, you can see that I've got this really awesome map of my specific location, and I think it looks really good for a very minimal setup, and if you've got some really cool icons to go along with it, you can make some really nice setups. But overall, it's a really nice wallpaper application, and the great thing about it is because it uses Google Maps and you can search anywhere, it basically means you can have a completely different wallpaper every single day, which again is really awesome, and also changing up the style, so this one here in particular for example can look extremely nice. As always, everything that I mentioned in this video, including the application links, is in that description down below. Next up then, we have a really awesome racing game called Gear Drive. Now as you can see here, even running on the Xiaomi Mi A3, which is more of a mid-range budget device, you can see that the graphics themselves do look extremely nice. The car models and also the environment are also really nice to look at, and in regards to the controls, you can use the accelerometer built into your device, or do what I'm doing and use the on-screen controls. You've got a bunch of real world cars to choose from. The tracks themselves are all completely fictional, so you're not going to see your favourite racetrack was a little bit of a disappointment, but you've got some really awesome options in regards to upgrading your vehicle, buying a bunch of new cars as well, and it also has online multiplayer as well if you want to get a little bit competitive. Like most free-to-play racing games, it does have a ton of microtransactions and also a ton of different currencies within the game itself, but I've been playing it for quite some time now and haven't come up against any paywall barriers or anything, so if you want to play it completely free of charge and not really have to worry about that stuff in the background, it may take you a little bit longer to get the car that you want, but it is totally worth it. Next up, we have something really awesome that I've been using for quite some time, but I've never really put on a top applications list, and that is an app called John GBA. Now what this basically allows you to do is use an emulator to play your favourite Game Boy Advance games directly on your Android device. So as you can see here, I've got two different versions of Pokemon installed, and again it works extremely well, no issues whatsoever. It's basically a one-to-one copy of any of your favourite Game Boy Advance games. Now while the application is available on the Play Store, one thing you're not going to find are the actual ROMs themselves, or basically the games. Now there's a little bit of legal issues in regards to using ROMs on Android devices, or just in general downloading ROMs from the internet in general, so I'm not going to have any linked in the description down below, but I'm sure you guys know where to find some. It's a great application with a ton of awesome features in regards to using a gamepad for example, changing some of the graphics settings, save points, and you can also play games at twice speed as well, which for a game like Pokemon with a ton of dialogue comes in very handy. But overall, if you're a fan of the Game Boy Advance series of games, or just in general some other Game Boy games which I'm going to put in the description down below, then again this is one that I would definitely recommend picking up, as long as you've got some legitimate copies of some of your favourite games. Next up then we have a really unique launcher called Niagra Launcher. Now it's very simple in regards to how it actually works. You've got some of your favourite applications here on your home screen, up to 8 of them, and then basically you've just got the alphabet down the right hand side, and then sliding up and down is going to take you to that specific point to get access to a specific app. So if I go down to I, it's going to get Instagram, G, it's going to get down to Gmail for example, so it's a really nice way to quickly get access to your applications. You can also swipe down from anywhere to get to your notifications, and you do also have some settings put directly into the app itself. So in regards to the features and layout, you can also change things like the icon pack, icon size as well, and you do also have a dark and light theme as well if that's something that you're into. It does also have some built-in wallpapers and does something that I've never really seen with a launcher before, and actually takes you to a folder on Google Drive to get access to the wallpapers. Now a lot of them are blurred out because again there's a lot of text included with this launcher as well, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. The application itself is also extremely fast in regards to how it actually works as well. Scrolling up and down to get to your favourite application and just in general moving around, it does seem extremely stable and I've not really had any issues whatsoever. Now it can be a little bit finicky to get to that specific application that you want to get access to, but once you know how to use it, it does get very simple indeed. Now one thing that I would say as well is you do also have some notifications directly on your home screen as well. So as you can see here, we've got a live MKBHD video on Instagram right now, and you can click on it. It's then going to take you straight into that notification, which again is something really awesome that I haven't really seen in some other launchers. But overall, it's a really great launcher, extremely quick, so I would definitely try it out. And then lastly, we have a very simple but also very useful application called subscriptions. Now what this allows you to do is input all of the information for your subscriptions in regards to Netflix, Hulu, YouTube Premium, Xbox Live, or anything you can think of, and then it basically gives you a rundown in regards to actually how long you've got left to pay the bill and how much it's going to be. It has a really nice dark and also light mode as well, and just in general the application is very nice to use, very easy to use. So as you can see here, I'm just going to enter the price for Netflix for example, $7.99 Netflix. You can also put a description as well, so for me it's going to be the premium version of Netflix like so. Then you can also choose when you want it to reoccur. So for me, my Netflix actually comes out around the 28th of each month as you can see, and it's going to start on the 28th of this month in regards to the first payment that I actually want the application to take a record of. You can then also choose the payment method as well, because you can also use the app to filter through in regards to payment method or just in general the type of subscription that it actually is by using the labels down at the bottom. Once you're done and everything's been inputted, you can then set it, and then it's just going to add it to your list as you can see here. But overall, if you're looking for an application to keep track of all of your subscriptions, then subscriptions is kind of the best option out there. And that's going to do it guys for this video on the top Android applications for September 2019. Now if you guys have any questions or queries about any of the applications that I mentioned, let me know in the comments section down below or on Twitter at @CopperVersusGlass. You can also let me know in those places any applications that you want me to take a look at in the future, or if you're a developer and you're trying to get your application known, then hit me up in the comments section and I'll see what I can do in regards to featuring your application in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and also if you're not subscribed, now is a great time to be. As I mentioned, I've got that video coming up very shortly in regards to the Xiaomi Mi A3 review, so definitely keep an eye out for that, but so far, so good. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so that you're notified anytime that I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from CopperVersusGlass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.